Hey guys, if you missed part 1 of the story, you can click the top right corner to go watch that right now and see what happened in the last video. Anyways, let's get into the video and see how the builder ended up creating the Brawl Stars arena and overall the origin story of how Brawl Stars was created. Let's hop into it. So the builder introduced himself and told Shelly that he was the builder from Clash of Clans. Shelly didn't really seem to understand exactly what that meant, but she nodded in acknowledgement. The builder then asked why she was set to be executed, and she told him that the kings didn't like her. Even though she could hold her own in battles and was strong enough, the kings told her that she was too similar to a troop that was already in the Clash Royale League. Apparently he was called something like the Hunter, or something like that. The builder asked to see her attack, and she shot her musket. The builder could easily see the resemblance to the Hunter, however it was slightly different as it was a bit more of a concentrated blast. Nonetheless though, the builder wondered to himself how many other good troops like Shelly were there. So he went to go confront the kings. He asked the kings how many other troops like Shelly there were. The kings explained that there weren't any right now since they had all already been executed, but they did have a big bunch of other troops that aren't looking so great right now that are likely to be sent down the same path. So the builder then offered the kings a deal. Since the reason the kings sent troops to be executed was that they had no use for them, and then they also got a bit of elixir back from it, the builder offered them a counter deal that would null both of those incentives. The offer was as follows. The builder would give the kings a couple thousand gold every time they released a troop to the builder rather than have them be executed. And being the gold hungry and greedy kings that they were, they accepted the deal. Now that the builder had saved all these troops from an unjust execution, now he just had to figure out what he was going to do with them. They obviously weren't going to be accepted into the Clash Royale arenas, since literally just moments ago they were literally just about to execute them, and when he asked the village chief about bringing them back to Clash of Clans, he was shut down as the chief just didn't have enough space in the barracks or army camps for all those troops. So the builder was in a bit of a pickle. He had nowhere to take these troops. The builder, followed by all the rejected troops, kept walking around while the builder was trying to think of what to do next. And as they were walking, the builder passed by a brand new arena in Clash Royale that was under construction. The arena looked like it had a long time before it was ever going to be ready, but that wasn't the point. By seeing this new arena under construction, it gave the builder an idea that could solve both of his problems of being bored and also what to do with all of these troops. So just like that, the builder went back to the Clash of Clans village really quickly, and with the help of the rejected troops, they borrowed a bunch of resources while the builder grabbed his building tools from his builder hut. The builder then took those tools and the rejected troops to a new location that was decently close to the Clash Royale arena. The builder built an entirely new stadium, far different from the Clash Royale arena, as it had many obstacles and no kings or princess towers. Since all the rejected troops were all born to fight, the builder created another stadium for them to battle within, except this time, no king would be in charge of telling them if they were good enough to battle, or tell them what to do. Each troop would be the boss of him or herself, and they would be free to do whatever they wanted. And in the builder's new league/game, the troops were separated into different teams each battle in a 3 vs 3 fashion. To help the rejected troops get used to this new battle style, the builder also created a bunch of robots that the troops could practice against. He created one robot that had a laser gun attached to his arm, and then another one which was called a macho giant that had boxing gloves instead of hands. Creating these were a piece of cake, as they were basically a Walmart version of the P.E.K.K.A. that he had created a long time ago back in Clash of Clans. After the troops got used to the new system against the robots, the builder had them practice against each other for about a year and a half. To be exact, from June 14th, 2017 all the way to December 12th, 2018. The builder really wanted to make sure that the whole system and all the troops were experienced and comfortable with his new game mode. And he needed to make sure that when he did announce his game, which he called Brawl Stars, to the entire world, he wanted to make sure that they were all impressed and that he could hopefully compete against the kings in Clash Royale. And not until December 12th did he feel that there was nothing more that he could do. So when he went to go announce the grand opening of his new stadium for Brawl Stars on December 12th, he brought 3 of his most powerful brawlers with him to help promote it. At the time, the strongest of his brawlers were known as Shelly, Bo, and El Primo. He brought Shelly and Bo to the Clash Royale arenas, where they wound up fighting against all the other troops in regular battles, to show them just how powerful they were and that Brawl Stars could be equally challenging. and they competed really well actually, as they had grown much stronger while practicing in the Brawl Stars arena. And a day after Shelly and Bo were brought to Clash Royale, El Primo made his way to the Clash of Clans village, where he was welcomed into the armies since the chief was in need of a tanky defense targeting troop such as himself, since the regular giants just weren't doing so hot at the time. So El Primo helped the village claim many victories, and in the end they were impressed and happy to see him. It was official. All the troops and villagers in both Clash of Clans and Clash Royale were very impressed with the new brawlers, and were intrigued to see what this new so-called Brawl Stars game was all about. And that right there is the story of how Brawl Stars was created by the builder. I hope you guys did enjoy this new Brawl Stars origin story. Based off the feedback of part 1 of the story, you guys seem to be really enjoying the whole Brawl Stars story idea, so I'll be continuing with more stories to explain the unexplained inside of Brawl Stars. And since I am actually starting these stories right off when the game was actually released, I'll be releasing these stories in a much more organized fashion, where I will have an origin story for each and every brawler, and I'll add an episode number so that you can follow along more easily. So let me know down in the comments below what brawler you'd like to see an origin story on first, and make sure you leave a like on the video so you can let me know if you like this new series or not. Also, along with the new Brawl Stars stories, I will obviously still be continuing the Clash of Clans and Clash Royale stories as well, so don't worry about that. I will not be getting rid of those or even producing less of them. It'll all be the same, but I'll just be throwing in some more Brawl Stars videos with it. Hopefully you guys will enjoy that, and anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace out.